For our next assertion, we'll verify that when a user clicks the edit button, that the previous state of the to-do is shown in the placeholder text of the edit input. So I'll remove this debug statement that we have in our last test, create a new it block, and this time we'll say that it should display the previous state in the edit input. To select the edit button, we can simply use the getByText method. So I'll say render pass in my mock to do. And then we use object destruction to get the getByText method. And let's go ahead and get our debug method too. And so now we can create a variable edit button and set it equal to getByText. And pass in our edit button. And now that we have our edit button, the next thing we want to do is click it. So we'll say user.click the edit button. And then once we've done that, we should be able to see our update input. So now we'll use the debug method to call it and see if that is the resulting output. And we see our input, and the placeholder value is test to do as we expect. So now let's assert that this is the case using code. So in order to select our input, we have a data test ID with the value update input. So we can use that to select the input element. So we'll pull off getByPlaceholder text. We'll create a variable update input, set it equal to getByPlaceholder text, and we'll pass it mock to do dot to do. And then now that we've done that, we can make our assertion. So we'll say expect update input dot to be in the document. We'll save to run our test suite. And the test passes. The next thing that we'll assert is that when a user types into the input to edit the to-do, that the value is accepted. So we'll remove our debug from our previous test, as we'll want to use that in the next test. Create an it block. And this time we'll say it should update the to-do via the edit input. We can basically copy the lines from 17 to 22 as we'll be using that exact same code. So I'll copy that, paste it in. But now what we're going to do with this test is we're going to actually type into the input. So we'll say user.type update input, and we're going to type updated to do. And then we'll make an assertion. We'll say expect update dot to have value updated to do. And we'll save to run our test. And everything passes. So in summary, we were able to assert that the previous state is inside of our edit input when we click on the edit button. And we also verified that when a user types into the edit input that the values are accepted.